Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished members of the media, thank you very much for making time today for this very special announcement. If you're not aware, in the early hours of the weekend, Huseyin Cinkara was supposed to face Jai Opetaia on January 8, sustained an injury which has now put him out to the second half of 2025, making him ineligible to face Jai Opetaia on January 8 for the IBF cruiserweight world title. A lot of work's been put into finding an opponent, as you can imagine. A lot of stressful times, a lot of sleepless nights. A lot of work's been done by Michael Francis and Tasman fighters. Now, we are here to announce that we have an opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, that opponent is former Olympian and IBF now cruiserweight mandatory to Jai Opetaia, David Nyika. This is a very significant fight. Quoting just Eddie Hearn himself, he says that this could possibly be the Trans-Tasman fight of this decade. Mr. Spencer Brown from Gold Star Promotions is astounded that we've made this fight happen and that we got it across the line. Mr. Michael Francis from Tasman Fighters put an enormous amount of work into it, and as we all believe, this, on our side of the world, is a better fight for both Australian boxing, New Zealand boxing, and Polynesian boxing over here on this side of the world. So we're very, very happy with this fight at the moment. Both fighters, former Olympians, have both represented their countries on the highest stages as amateurs, and now they get the chance right here in Queensland on January 8 to face each other for the IBF cruiserweight world title. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a stacked undercard as well. Emerging talent, superstars, all fighting for titles with international talent sprinkled through there to make it an absolute night of nights when it comes to boxing in Australia. This is a superstar fight. Make no mistake about it. They are both the same age. They've been on a career collision course, and now we fight. January 8th, it's going to be Jai Opetaia versus David Nyika for the IBF cruiserweight world title. I'd like to bring up Jai Opetaia first to speak to him and get some words from him, as you know, because obviously we're only 3 weeks out from this fight and it's been a significant change, so close to the mark. Ladies and gentlemen, Jai Opetaia. Jai, we found out Saturday morning that Huseyin Cinkara is ineligible to fight for the IBF cruiserweight world title. What were your initial thoughts when you heard the news?
I was pretty confident we were going to get another opponent. Now we've got one, so you know it doesn't matter. It's in the past now. We're looking forward, and we're looking at putting on a good show. You know, it's an exciting fight for these neck of the woods. Yeah.
David Nyika is that now he's the opponent. What challenges does he pose?
He's a good fighter. You know, we've done a lot of rounds together. You know, they've been competitive rounds, so it's exciting. You know, especially two boys from our neck of the woods. You know, headlining, fighting for a world title. You know, it's massive for Australia, for the Polynesians, for New Zealand boxing. It's huge. You know, and to be at the forefront of this stuff, you know, making history and doing these things. It's a massive accomplishment on its own, but you know, we've got a job to do, January 8th, so I'm pumped to get it done.
Has preparation changed at all, being that we're only 3 weeks out?
Not at all. You know, I've just finished up in the ring. We just done some, you know, quality rounds with Justice Huni, who's also had, you know, on the undercard of the fight. He'll be fighting on there too. So, you know, everyone's preparing for this fight. You know, David Nyika was already on the card, so he was already preparing for the card. So now he's fighting me now, so you know everyone's fit, everyone's ready, everyone's keen for a good show.
What happens on the night? Do you have any predictions?
My hand raised at the end of the fight. That's all that matters. I don't know how, but my hand has to get raised.
David Nyika, the mandatory IBF cruiserweight opponent for Jai Opetaia. You speak a lot about manifestation and mindset. Did you make this happen?
I think the universe kind of settled into place, and this was always a fight that had to happen. To be honest, I wasn't sure if it was going to happen at cruiserweight or heavyweight. I thought Jai would unify the cruiserweight world titles and then move to the heavyweight division. But you know, the universe works in mysterious ways, and this is my opportunity to prove my mettle and yeah, give the fans what they want, and you know, jumpstart a pretty exciting career ahead.
significant fight. You were preparing to be on the undercard of this fight, so you were deep in camp training. But this is a fight that you've always wanted. But why take it so early is a question that a lot of people are asking.
There's no reason not to take this fight. For me, it's a no-lose situation. I'm 9 weeks deep into a camp right now, so I'm in the best shape of my life. This is happening at the time it's supposed to happen. So all I have to do is turn up on the night and perform.
What happens on the night? The big question.
I can't see it going any other way than being an absolute dog fight. I think we all know that Jai has plenty of dog in him, and I'm excited to show the fans and the spectators what I'm made of.
And how have you now prepared? How's preparation changed? Yourself and Noel Thornbury and Gatton.
Preparation hasn't changed, to be honest. Jai has been my target since the day I first sparred him. I knew he was the best cruiserweight in the division. I think he's the best cruiserweight since Alexander Usyk, and I guess that's not that long ago, but I really believe that he's the best cruiserweight with a belt right now. So since the first day I sparred Jai, there hasn't been a single day where I haven't thought about him. I'm obsessed with being the best, and this is what it means to step up and take those opportunities. This is my destiny.
Managers and trainers there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the IBF and Ring magazine cruiserweight title, 8th of January, live on DAZN at the Gold Coast Convention Centre. This is a real fight, ladies and gentlemen. One the boxing gods have brought to us.
Definitely, I believe it's a more competitive fight. You know, we've done a few rounds together, so it's good. You know, it gets the brain thinking, keep me on my toes. I'm excited for it.
You mentioned you've done a few rounds together. How many rounds would you have done sparring?
Oh, we've sparred a few times, you know, but yeah, it's all good. It's all in the past now. You know, sparring's fighting. You know, we're different versions of ourselves when we fight, so I'm excited to show it.
Mix, any thought the Cinkara fight was a bit of a mismatch? Is that the way you see it?
Honestly, man, I don't think about it too much. You know, they give me names and that's who I fight. You know, I've never picked a fight. I've never hand chosen. I've just prepared. I've trained hard. I've done my sparring. I've ticked every box. And whoever's on the other side of that ring, that's who I have to take out. That's all I think about.
He's a very likeable guy. You've had a history with him, but he's coming to your belts now. Is there going to be hate there in the ring?
Man, I always say, you know, your opponent's never your enemy, you know, but it is what it is. It's the sport. You know, we shake hands, but, you know, in the ring we try and kill each other and then we shake hands after. It's just the respect of the sport.
Is he a risk for you? Is he a risk taking this fight for you?
Every fight's a risk, you know. Every fight's a risk when you're the world champ, when you're on the top of the tree. Everyone's trying to cut you down. Everyone's trying to, you know, take your spot. You know, every fight I walk in is a risk, so I take it very serious.
He said he felt as though you guys were on a bit of a collision course. Is that the way you saw it?
Man, like I said, you know, everyone wants to fight me. You know, I'm at the top. Everyone's trying to take me down. So I just prepare for whoever they put in front of me.
Fighting at home, Trans-Tasman, and you know, there's sort of a bit of a vacuum at the top of Aussie boxing at the moment with Syria having a couple of losses. Is this a big opportunity for you to say, I'm the superstar of Aussie boxing?
Man, I don't really listen to the outside noise. You know, I'm in there to, you know, fight my fight, do my thing, and then go back and hang out with my family. You know, I stay focused. I don't listen to outside noise. I train hard. And then when my training's done, I go fishing and hang out with my family. It's that simple.
What does Christmas and New Year's look like for a world champ with a fight coming up?
Not much at all, man. We'll just be relaxing, training. You know, I'm hopefully get some Christmas rounds in. So the hard work continues.
I know you said you'd like to unify the titles. How long do you think you're going to keep fighting cruiserweight?
Man, I hold cruiserweight easy. You know, it's not a rush for me. You know, everyone wants to see me move up to heavyweight. I'll move up to heavyweight when I'm ready. You know, when my team, we sit down and we decide to make the decision to move up, then we move up. You know, everyone keeps we got a lot of boxes to tick as a cruiserweight first.
And just on heavyweight, do you have a prediction for the fight this weekend?
It's going to be an exciting fight, but I honestly haven't been thinking about my own fight.
and just slightly off topic, but I saw a tweet from Turkey Al Sheikh that said they're going to be using an AI judge to score the fight this weekend. It won't be official, but it's something they're trialling. What's your thoughts on that?
Again, I haven't been thinking about it. You know, I've seen the post, but I'm thinking about my own fight. So all this stuff's just outside noise.
Thank you, Jai. We'll bring in David Nyika.
Thanks, mate.
Josh, if you want to start again, mate.
David, where were you when you got the call, and how long did it take you to decide to take the fight?
I was in bed. It was about 8:30. I was enjoying my last day of my rest week, which is actually pretty cool. So I wake up to a call from my coach and manager, Noel Thornberry. He says, Cinkara's out with a broken ankle. They've gone down the list. You're next. And I just kind of laughed and I said, all right, better get out of bed then. It was a no-brainer for me. This is a fight that I've always wanted. It's a tough fight. I don't think there's any cruiserweight that would look at Jai like an easy meal. But for me myself, this is a big part of my story. So full credit to Jai for being the champion he is. But we're gonna go toe to toe.
It's not a risk taking the most dangerous guy in the division this early in your professional career.
Oh, of course. But the guys Jai's beaten have gone in with what seemed to me like no game plan at all, or no kind of reconnaissance. Me and Jai have shared the ring. I feel like I feel like the fight's going to be real fun to watch because we do have that kind of chemistry. But at the end of the day, there's always risks involved with these fights, and this is just going to slingshot me into bigger fights down the line.
He's a pretty well-rounded fighter. What is the game plan to beat Jai?
I want to keep my cards pretty close to my chest. This is, like you said before, this is a really risky fight. So I'll keep that close to my chest, but I know it's going to be a dog fight. I know that Jai's got an incredible arsenal. He's very precise. He's got plenty of dog. He's always fit. I'm just going to have to turn up and do what I do.
You said when you first met him, you haven't stopped thinking about him. How far back does that relationship go?
So I first met Jai in 2011 at Junior World Championships. He won a gold at 80 kilos. I was 60 kilos at the time. So I've looked up to Jai since then. I think he's been a prospect ever since then. You know, he was one of the youngest. I think he was the youngest Olympian in the boxing in 2012. Which is a massive feat, and so obviously I'm there in the background, like kind of jealous, quite envious, and now he holds a belt in the professional game. So we go back a long way, but yeah, like I said, ever since we started sparring, I just knew he's the guy to beat. I knew he's the guy to aim for, and like he said, there are a lot of guys out there that want to beat him, but I don't think there's anyone out there that has the kind of intel that I have.
And it's probably not as rare as in other parts of the world. Top-level guys in this part of the world might have sparred each other kind of on their way up. How does that change the dynamic, having spent so much time with him in the ring, going to fight him for a world title?
Nothing changes. We're, like Jai said, sparring, but fighting's a completely different game. So we're just going to take the fight as it comes, but I know it's going to be a war.